Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Thursday morning coffee chat. And I hope everybody's doing well. And we were having this huge debate before we came on about coffee flavorings. So we were talking about, gingerbread coffee flavoring, pumpkin coffee flavoring, and Stig has his own judgment or his own thoughts about this.
It wasn't so much a debate as it was me telling you two off.
Well, yes, and it was me saying, "What do you care what coffee I drink?" Or
I care about the human race.
Because it's not like we're forcing you to drink it. I mean, Alora's drinking hers, I'm drinking mine, and you can drink whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I will.
So as you know, Stig is not a fan of coffee flavorings like pumpkin spice or gingerbread or anything like that. It has to be classic. And if you drink that, then he has a very high opinion of you.
Or creme brulee.
It's
really good.
Uncivilized.
Oh my God. So good morning, everybody. And what's in your coffee? Instead of your mug, what's in your coffee?
What kind of fucked up coffee are you drinking?
See, I told you he has a very high opinion on coffee, right? Or flavor. Okay. Cancel candy corn. That is disgusting.
What?
Actually, candy corn flavor coffee sounds pretty good.
I don't like candy corn, but I mean, more power to you. I'm not gonna say, you're a retard, an R word.
Well, no, I like it in small doses because it's very sugary, but I think it would be very good. I need to look it up and see if that's available.
Okay, then let Drunk 3PO know. So, because I mean,
what about hamburger flavored coffee?
What?
Hamburger flavored coffee. Popcorn coffee.
Those
pork chop coffee.
Okay, Stig, but that's not sweet.
Yeah,
chocolate cake coffee.
Oh, actually, chocolate cake coffee. Yeah, I have that. Snickers
bar coffee.
There is such a flavor. Like there's a coffee shop that's in a town nearby where I live at, and they have the Snickers. It's called the Snickers flavored or Snickers.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yes, it's good.
Yeah.
I just said something fucked up, and it turns out it's a thing.
Yeah, and you can get Snickerdoodle coffee.
Oh yeah.
Chocolate chip cookie coffee.
Stick your doodle.
Stick your doodle.
Don't do that to me. Well, since we're on the subject,
I would like a stick your doodle coffee, sir.
I actually am also having pumpkin spice coffee, the kind you get the Dunkin' Donuts kind in a K-cup in my Keurig. So
I'm guessing the stick your doodle coffee comes with cream.
Oh my God.
I always have cream with my coffee and only whole cream. So there.
Stig got quiet. He's like, what?
I am not ashamed of my coffee. I drink.
We have Wilkins in the chat. Oh. I did get your email, Wilkins, but I saw it too late, and stream had ended.
Awesome. You can send me a link. I will jump on next week's Matt. Yes, I will jump on next week. Or when your next live stream. Just let me know.
I think he was talking about chicken farm and wedge and stuff.
Was he?
Yeah, probably.
That's why he wanted to invite you over. So you guys could chicken. So we could
chick chat.
Yeah, you can cluck it up.
Oh, they have candy corn flavored coffee creamer.
They do?
Yeah.
There you go, Drunk 3PO. You're gonna have to send him send it to him or something that he could get it for all the candy corn lovers.
Oh, and a candy corn martini.
Oh, I think I heard of that. I think, yeah. Yeah. So
there we are.
Yeah. So it's not only what's in your mug today, it's what's in your coffee So what are you flavoring your coffee with? Just to get a variety out there and get to hear Stig's wonderful little commentary about it.
Oh, I have a pun.
What's your pun?
Christopher Baker is reading Labyrinth of Evil. It's amazing.
Ha ha ha.
Thank you, Matt. I love chatting with you. And let me know. Send
You
a link.
can really get lost in that book.
It's gonna keep going, isn't it?
It is. It's gonna keep going and going. Matthew, good filter coffee in Istanbul. Oh, I had Turkish coffee. Holy crap, that is the strongest coffee you could ever have. I swear to God, I was wired.
Yeah, it'll put hair in your chest.
Yeah. Almost.
That's how strong it is.
Yeah. Yes, I got a Hooters mug. See? There's a pair. I have a pair of Hooters. Take that as you will with that. So Christopher Barker vanilla creamer. Mine, I'm just have coconut or palm sugar and oat milk in mine today. So it's very just standard. I don't do a lot of lactose or dairy stuff. So so my choice is oat milk for right now. And sometimes I do coconut vanilla creamer, which is really, really good as well. All right. So you guys
what kind of drug dairy pharmacy is?
Okay, what is that, Steve?
Cocaine.
Cocaine, huh? You heard that first from Steve. Cocaine. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at these comics here that we came to discuss now that we're done with the coffee puns and and Stig, his feelings and thoughts about flavoring. Yeah. Hey,
Judgmentalism.
Yes. I haven't felt wired from coffee in years. Oh, well, if Turkish coffee, it might do it for you.
Mm-hmm.
It might. Turkish coffee is strong. Turkish tea after eating at a restaurant is really good. Yeah, their tea is good too as well. How do you milk oats? Very carefully. Okay, excited to see the next episode of animated Dark Empire that comes out. Dark Empire. Do you mean what do you call it? Heir to the Empire? Or is there a Dark Empire coming out too? Let me know. Let's see here. I'm just about to start reading the entire New Jedi Order again. Awesome. You're going to love it. Matt Wilkins is doing his review of every novel in there. So go check out his channel. Very good stuff. Oh my gosh, OG works at Hooters. There we go.
The truth comes out.
Yep. Wear those booty shorts and everything. Okay. Soul Assassin. Cuban coffee is strong. I haven't had Cuban coffee.
Ooh, I bet you it is.
Probably. All right. Let's see here. Let's go to this here. All right. Let's see here. I'm going to turn my cam off here. Oh, I do have a coffee chat as well. Or not coffee chat,
Super chat?
Yes, duh, Laura. All right, I'll read that before we move on. Hopefully my screen's not irritating the hell out of you. I hate when that happens. All right, Abunas, $20. Thank you so much. What's in my cup right now is V8 Splash. Good morning, hun. Running errands now, so I'll be listening as long as I can. Awesome panel here today. Kick ass on the stream, and thank you for being my co-pilot on my video. Hugs and kisses. Thank you so much for using my video and to discuss those important topics. All right, let's see here. All right, so I am so glad to have Teresa Martin as the special guest here this morning on Coffee Chat, and she is well versed in the comics as well. And so we get another voice and another, with these comics. And these comics here is Darkness, and this is again about Quinlan Vos. So, Teresa, so what do you like about Quinlan Vos?
Oh, well, loads about him. What I like about him is because in his arcs, the way that he loses some of what he is, like when he loses his memory and the journey that he goes through. It's like a lens that we can see the Jedi Order and perhaps a lot of the flaws of the Jedi at this time. I like the way he's also very brooding. I always like a brooding guy. We always want him, and he's very,
like
very.
When someone broods over the coffee.
No.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. You know what I'm talking. Okay, Alora gets it.
Yeah,
chicks love a brooding man, the Byronic kind of thing going on.
Yes.
And we see, especially in this story, his loyalty and attachment to his Padawan, to Aayla.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right. And so we get the Anzadi. So Stieg, what do you like about the Anzadi?
Well, they're basically Star Wars vampires. You can tell right away that's where the inspiration comes from. But they have a unique twist to them. But if I had to pick, I would pick classical vampires over the Anzadi.
Okay. And these are very unique beings.
They work perfectly as they are intended in this story, and they certainly add to the Star Wars universe. But yeah.
Yeah, and what's so neat and distinctive about these, I guess you could say, quote, Star Wars vampires, is how they suck the essence or what have you from their victim. So it's very, very different in a sense. It's not necessarily blood. So I thought that was very interesting and very distinctive in its own right within Star Wars. So we're not getting the same like, I'm going to suck your blood kind of thing. So
no, they're basically, I'm going to suck your brains out.
Yeah, suck your brains or suck the soup. They crave the soup, and they also said, it's also they suck the future out of you, your future or your force out of you as well. And so I thought that was very, very interesting. And so this is like right on because we're coming up into Halloween, and so we have this, and it's crazy. There's darkness in this. There's conflict. I mean, it just a lot of stuff going on here, and so we have the start of this, and I forgot to write her name down, but we have them coming and getting attacked here as well. So, and they're going to Kiffer, huh? Right? Is that what's happening again?
Yeah, because they need to go and investigate. It was an investigation that was going on that brought them there, if I'm correct.
Yeah, but these are pirates, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Her. She's got one-eyed, kind of pirate thing. Yeah. And Kifex is basically the prison colony planet to Kifu.
Yeah.
And so we have this scene going on here, and one of them shoots the other. And is it Quinlan right here? Right? Yeah, that's Quinlan. Or no, those are the guardians. Some other guardians, right? So they're investigating these pirates.
Yeah, it's basically the patrol ship.
Yeah.
And as you know, like any Kifu or Kiffer, they have their distinctive markings or distinctive paints on them and stuff. And again, another notable one that maybe some of you guys may know is Boba Fett's wife. She's also from that planet as well. So.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So, and then here we have it. We have Quinlan here. And we have Aayla. Aayla, she wants to kill her old master because she is in the dark right now. She's in the dark side, and so she thinks that he purposely killed her uncle, who basically took her memory and took her in because he had was it the spice? He was involved in a drug ring. And so for him not to be discovered in the past, if you guys didn't come here and listen to the comics that we reviewed before this, you know, he basically wiped their memories with drugs and stuff, and, you know, enslaved, I guess you could say, or made her an indentured servant, Aayla, his own niece, so that they wouldn't catch on to what he was doing. So that's that in short. And so because she's still in the dark side and she still hasn't gained her memory back, she thinks Vos killed her uncle on purpose, and she wants to kill him. She's after him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and she's on. Is she on? Oh yeah, this is so. She's on Kifix.
Yeah, she was on the pirate ship, and
that's right.
Pod.
Yeah, that's right. And I totally skipped over that part. So thank you, Stig. All right. And so Kifix, and so there's a floating lightsaber. So there's a lot of lore behind this. And we're going to get to who this is. So you want to, I like how you describe things. Stig, go ahead and talk about this guy right here. So this is very interesting.
They're on a prison planet. So this guy is imprisoned in what seems to be like a force field.
Yeah.
And she encounters him. And well, I'm not going to spoil anything because we'll find out later.
Yeah, exactly. But he's a big deal here, and yeah. And Teresa, go ahead and jump on in whenever you want.
Yeah. I'm just making sure I'm getting chronologically here what's going on with these characters. Yeah, and that. Well, and if I understand correctly, was it so much that Aayla was tricked, or that she just misunderstood, or that what was going on with some of this stuff? Because I know she was brainwashed.
She was stupid and let him out.
Oh, well, okay.
So she was very ignorant there. Of course, she doesn't have her memory back here, so she's very impressionable. And he kind of like used the force to summon her in there, so she can let him out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess I'm more generous with her than Stig is.
Yes, and I'm kind of in the middle.
Well, she'll find out soon enough that this was a bad move.
Yeah.
He was in there for a very good reason.
Yeah.
On the other hand, though, he was also kind of influencing her. He's like, yes, that little panel, that device, kind of pulling a Hannibal Lecter, getting into her head.
Yeah.
Frame.
Oh, gosh.
And as you can see, there's a lightsaber, in this being held in there too. And so she gets that out for him as well. So as you can see, he was a Jedi, or was he? So we'll keep going. And then so we have Mace Windu here, and they're talking to Quinlan Vos's aunt. And she is the ruler of the Seaf, I guess you could say. Almost sounds like chief, but the Seaf of the planets there, and the Guardians as well. And the Guardians are the ones that keep order, and on was it Kifu and Kifex and stuff. And so they are discussing what's going on over there. And she wants Quinlan Vos, but they want to have the sector. What do they call it? What they call him, the person in charge of the sector, Tara Saw. So
yeah, and she's Quinlan's aunt.
Yeah,
I believe.
Yeah.
And am I allowed to be blunt on this show?
Stig, he's blunt. Why are you asking permission?
Well, Quinlan's aunt is a bitch.
There we go.
Well, I mean, look at that woman. Look at that panel. Or you're on a different panel than I am. But yeah, you have that panel up there too. It's like, son of a gun. Look at that ugly woman.
No.
She's like blunt too. She's like, look at that. She's ugly.
Oh, yeah. Well, And we were talking a little bit about the visual symbolism. It's not necessarily that I judge someone for being ugly, but that usually if someone is ugly in a lot of these, it's mirroring what is going on the inside of the character.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's a lot of history, and we'll get to know what really happened between her, and we're leading up to that, but between her and Quinlan's family and stuff, and so there's a lot going on. And Quinlan, those who don't know Quinlan Vos, he's a Jedi. He's a Jedi Master in this now, right? And
yeah, because he has
he's a Padawan.
Yeah,
he has a Padawan.
Yeah, Aayla was his Padawan, and currently is still. And so part of his mission is that he promised to go find her. They can, take care of her and help her with her memory and stuff. And that's his dedication to her because of their bond between Padawan and Master kind of deal. And so he really wants to go, and his aunt really wants him to be there to, investigate what's going on Kifex. And but Mace, and I swear to God, this guy was annoying me in these series here. He's like, oh no, I don't think he can go. I sense this and I sense that kind of thing. And I just, for me, Mace was getting on my ever loving nerves in this comic.
Yeah.
Also, this comic showcases big time how the writers understood Star Wars completely, because George Lucas has said many times that it's a soap opera in space.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at this comic, Quinlan's aunt is a factor, his Padawan is missing. Mm-hmm. There's all kinds of relationships that come together in this one.
Yeah,
it's like drama from different angles, and this is linked to that and all that. It's a complete soap opera.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
which is something they don't understand and at Disney.
Yeah,
they don't understand anything. Well, yeah, complete with, you're right, the family. You got the aunt, and you've got the tension there, and then you've got the tension within the brotherhood.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking at here what Mace Windu is saying. My two brother Jedi must consider this. Quinlan Vos, please wait on the meditation deck. Seems like he does that a lot. He did the same thing with Anakin too. I remember in Revenge of the Sith. It's like, just go and wait on us. And then they come back with the worst decision ever, usually, don't they?
Yes, they like this. We don't think this should happen. Then one person says something like, "The sky is blue," and they're like, "Okay, let's do it."
Yeah, it's like, I still think this is a really, really bad idea, and everything in the Force is telling me this is wrong. But why not?
Yeah, we'll give it a try anyways. And but that's a part of that's part of why Mace is kind of annoying me in a sense, because and then as we get along in the comic, I'll say some more, because then there's a turn of events too that deals with Mace as well, and I'm like, what?
But there's also something in Quinlan's background that actually proves that Mace actually has a point.
Oh yeah, I know that, and we're gonna get to that, and it's crazy. Like I said, Teresa stated, it is a space opera here, and this will lead up to what's really going on and what had happened, and it gets better and better and better. Mace's attitude annoys me. Doesn't mean that part of his decisions does. It's just how he carries on in some instances. So, but he has every right to be the way he is too, is because he's trying to protect the integrity of every single Jedi that's under him as well. So, all right, so let's move on. So basically she wants Quinlan, they don't want to send him because there is a past, there is something that, that had happened that he doesn't remember right now, because in the past comics that were reviewed, he lost his memory. So he doesn't have his full memory back. And part of his trials that he went through dealt with overcoming that trial that he now doesn't remember what it was.
Also, he's sent there to investigate smugglers, isn't he?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? And it turns out to be more than just smugglers. So let's go ahead and move forward. All right. And so they do end up, and so this is when they put him on the balcony, and then Mace, talks, we already discussed that part.
Yeah, and there's someone listening in.
Mm-hmm. In the shadows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ever notice that every time someone listens from the shadows, they're always wearing a cloak? And this is not just in Star Wars. It's in
Yeah, it's just like it's storytelling kind of thing.
Yeah.
Your hearing is better if you're wearing a hood.
Yeah, because the hood like kind of like traps in the sound and radiates and amplifies.
And of course, it's not like you'll be more obvious wearing a cloak and looking shady.
Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and move forward on this one here. And so, of course, he gets to go. And so he made it on there. And in the past, before, you know, when we were looking at the comic, the pages before this one, you know, he they send him and he's on his own right here, right? And his aunt basically is very in control of the security around the planets, and so they barely work with the Jedi as it is. She's just holding her ground because she got what she wanted, and she had to do, you know, succumb to a little bit more agreements on this investigation as well. So, and so they're on Kifix, and he sees all the dead bodies. So again, there's that murder. They're investigating that, and I think she also said that she pulled all the guardians from the grounds there. So he's the only guardian there. So, yeah.
And this is really creepy.
Yeah. So these people were killed, and there's really no like marks on why or like any like weapons used or anything. But here's the story here. So he's in there investigating. He has no idea what's going on, and bam, we have the Anzadi, the so-called like Star Wars vampires. And if you guys take a look, if you guys don't know these characters or these species, it's not, they don't bite you to, you know, suck your blood or your essence out or anything. They have these like tentacles that come out of the cheekbones that goes, is it up the nose or something like that, or in the eye or something?
Nobody knows.
Okay.
No, it's up the nose, one for each nostril, I think.
Yeah. So crawls up the nose. They suck, and they call it the soup. So they suck the brain, the essence, you know, and all that.
Yeah.
And gosh, and whenever they talk about the soup, it just gives me the heebie-jeebies.
It does. Sounds like we want the soup. We're craving the soup. I could just taste the soup now.
Yeah. Don't suck someone's nose and say you want soup, okay?
Oh my God. So if you guys don't know who the Anzadi is, go check them out. They are crazy creepy. So here we go. So they're like, we got you. And he's like, no. And he, you know, he force pushes them, ignites his lightsaber. He ends up overcoming them.
A little bit. And he starts panicking.
Yeah.
He has a phobia.
Mm-hmm. Because it comes back to something from his childhood, we learn.
This would be so much better if it wasn't German. I mean, 9.
No. Actually, that really actually spells new with the two.
Yeah, that's what it says. It gets overpowered and goes new.
Sounds like a cow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he's still battling them here. They're just like on him. They want his soup. And Teresa, for you, they want his soup.
Yeah. Oh gosh, that sounds dirty.
Yeah, and then he gives a couple of them his Quinlan Vosectomy.
Oh my God. Wow. And then lo and behold, we have another Jedi that comes in.
Yeah, it's the shady cloaked figure from earlier.
Exactly. There we go.
A competent person who will be featuring quite a bit in the Clone Wars.
Yeah. So this is his past master, right?
Yep.
Yep.
There we go. So he heard basically because he was spying, not very Jedi-like, but he was spying, and so he went ahead and followed Quinlan over there. So figuring that he would need his house, and that's Tom, right? That's how you say his name, right? Tom.
Thom.
Okay, yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, Tom. Yes. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take a look at some of the chats and see what's going on here. I'm going to have to switch that out and see if I can remove. All right, I'll go back to that page here. All right, let's see here. Matt G. Wow, he's probably talking about the Anzadi. Make sure to hit the like button. Thank you guys so much. Share this on Twitter. Invite people in. Yes, light it up, Stig. You can also be truthful as you want. Yes.
That's the problem. I tend to be too truthful.
Very, very blunt, but that's okay. So Ivan, good morning. Good morning. Let's see here.
The truth depends greatly on your point of view.
Point of view, huh?
But it will set you free.
It shall set you free. Okay, Mace Windu or Mace Do not. Mace Do not. Yeah, that's like him. He's like, do not go. I don't want you to go. Hoods are cloaking devices. Oh, good one.
Very good. 7 out of 10, sir.
Yes. Casparius, I'm late catching up. Pumpkin spiced coffee. Too bad tasting stuff merged together. Blurg. So I guess he agrees with you, Stig.
Top man.
All right.
He is indeed a civilized person.
Hope everything is good.
Oh my gosh.
From now. Let's see here. They can take my mucus, but not my brain, booger eaters. Wow. Yeah, it kind of takes, like, as a mom, raising, toddlers or babies, it kind of takes, they're like those little bulb snot sucker thingies, suck everything out.
That's not the way to do things.
That's not the way to do things. Very good. Very good. And I did see a few people hop in. Hello, Tom. Thank you for stopping by if you're still here. Fat Steven Seagal. Hello. So everybody that's popping in that I didn't see, thank you guys for coming in and joining as well.
Force gluten.
Force gluten, what?
He says he's finally mastered force gluten.
Force gluten. Okay. I ate my lightsaber. Spoilers, I'm still 18 minutes behind. All right, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get the screen share in a different display here. So, all right, so I'll just share from there. Let's see here. All right, so here we go. So we have his master who came to his side here. And and he too, he looks like a Tommy Lee to me. I don't know about you guys, but when I first seen him, I was like, that's Tommy Lee.
I'm not sure who that is.
The actor.
Well, I thought it was the drummer, actually the drummer or whatever. Pamela Anderson was married to.
Tommy Lee Jones. Is that his last name?
Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah. I always say Tommy Lee for him, but I forget there's another Tommy Lee, but Tommy Lee Jones. So his face reminds me of him.
It does, actually. It has that kind of look in it, doesn't it? I didn't even think about it till you said so.
I was like, wait a minute. He looks like him. All right. So we have his his master, and he kind of warns him as well. It's like, you need to be careful because you have a past that you're not quite remembering. And then we have his buddy who shows up now as well. So a lot of people are following him in, and they all get trapped there because, of course, the aunt restricts travel and everything from Kifix, even though she knows she has guardians on the ground and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's been hiding in the ship. It's a stowaway. The second best scoundrel in the galaxy.
Yeah,
actually third best.
Okay,
Han Solo, Lando, Wilmar.
Okay, Vilmar, huh?
I love him. I love Billy.
Yes, he has quite a character, and to him, Quinlan's his good luck.
Yeah,
It's his.
and Quinlan is violent with him because Quinlan has found out that Vilmar did something in an earlier comic, which was set before the comics we started reading.
Yeah.
So he was actually it's his fault that a couple of Jedi's died. So Quinlan is punching him because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I love Billy's response. It's like it was like 3 years ago. It's like get over it. It wasn't ancient history.
Yeah, and there they go. So he's taking his aggression. So like Teresa had said, he's brooding. Quinlan Vos a brooding type of guy, but also too he does have a like dark side like edge to him as well. He's been through.
I can do stuff like that to people and just say, "Oh, it's just because I'm brooding," and women will like that.
What do you think, Teresa?
It took you this long to figure it out, Steve?
I'm not a very violent person.
Viking, not very violent.
Well, I only beat up stuff that's smaller than
me. You can brood and not be violent.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's disgusted here, and they're having a little confrontation here, and so let's move forward. And they discovered, this is the point where they kind of discovered that they're trapped on there, that they have no ship. And then also Vilmar, he's like, we need to get blasters. We need to get some weapons and stuff because the people that are on this planet right here are, basically ruthless, and because it's a prison planet. So we have all these thugs, these thieves, these villains or whatever. And so they're all out for their own means.
Yeah, and Vilmar has been selling guns to them.
Yeah. So he's been arming them.
Yeah.
And we'll find out here that they did take over on the planet here because they're wondering what's going on. The smugglers, then there's a prison kind of like takeover down there as well. So there's a lot of crap going on. And then we have
well, it's basically a planet where the prisoners rule themselves, in a sense.
Yeah, they're at their own volition of survival and stuff. So yeah,
and he gave them guns.
Yes, he did, because he wants to make money. But look at his face, you guys. Look at that. I mean, he's that kind of person. He may seem ignorant or stupid, and in many ways he is, but he still is brilliant with some of his tactics and stuff.
Yeah,
it looks like Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And then so he's also telling them, we need to secure ourselves too, because the thugs and stuff, they have blasters and we need to arm ourselves. And so we're coming on to the second one here, and here we go, the beautiful Aayla Secura. And then those who don't know, I'll put it back just for you again. Those who don't know.
Oh yeah, that's a great cover.
It is. It's the color.
She's a really good cover girl.
She's a good cover girl. Yes. So those who don't know her story, she is Quinlan's apprentice here. So she's still a Padawan right now. So she hasn't been knighted yet. So she hasn't finished her training, and she's been through a lot of shit too. And so when you watch her in the PT and the trilogy, the prequel trilogy and stuff, and you're finding out her history behind that, it's very compelling. It's very interesting, because you'll look at her in a different light, I guess you can say.
And she's a Jedi Master during Revenge of the Sith, and we get to see how she earned it.
Exactly.
So she's a very fleshed out character in the Lucas era.
Yeah, and didn't Lucas bring her into the PT from the EU?
Yeah, he read the comics, and he had read the comics we have talked about earlier, and he liked what he saw, so he put her in Attack of the Clones.
Yep. Yep, exactly. So
And he put her in as she was supposed to be. He followed the EU basically.
Yeah.
And didn't change her, and he put her in as she was.
Yeah, exactly. So we have them here. We have his old master. We have all three of them, and Billy or whatever is telling him we need to get into shelter. We don't want to be out right now.
Yeah, because they have brutal lightning storms on the planet.
Yeah, and that's what's going on right now. And so when that happens, that means Kiffer and Kifix are like close together, orbiting close together, and it causes a lot of problems like lightning storms. The communication between the planets kind of cut off a little bit as well. So that's a bit of history with that. So
and as soon as Vilmar introduces himself to the prisoners, they start shooting at him.
What's so funny is like these guys are my friends. Hello, and they're like boom. They're like they start shooting him. We're like what?
Yeah. Then he goes like, "What's wrong with you?" And then he says his name, and then as soon as he does, they shoot more.
Yes. And then you see him just running. Like.
Yeah, so he's one of those funny characters. Like he's like, "That's my friend, but I'm gonna go ahead and leave you," or "Those are my friends," and they start shooting back. So he's one of those kind of characters, and it kind of leaves comedic kind of added or like atmosphere to it as well. So they're fighting, and these guys are like some of the prisoners, and these guys are what he bought or he sold blasters too. So he's basically, they're like, "Thank you for the blasters. We got that, we bought them from you, but now we're going to shoot you," kind of deal. So there's something that happened between them to why they want to shoot him. So, and then they don't realize that there's Jedi. And so they're like, "What the hell?" Kind of deal. We didn't know there's Jedi. So they have them.
So. Yeah.
There we go.
They jump up. There's a fight. And then it calms down.
So a lot of action here. They do get inside, though. They do end up getting inside. But Quinlan doesn't have a cloak, and so they decide, well, he needs a cloak. We need a cloak him so the other prisoners don't know that there's Jedi here.
Yeah, and also he's no, it's because he's from Kiffer.
No, that's true, and he's a guardian as well. So he has all that going against him.
Yeah.
All of that because the guardians are the ones that imprison these guys. So, and they keep the prison there. They keep kind of like watch, I guess you can say. So, yeah.
Yeah. Before we move on, there's a bit of a cool character moment, I think, where his former master is like, "Killing is not necessary," and he's like, "Telling me is not necessary." They got some tension going on here.
Oh yeah. There's always tension because Quinlan, like I said, he's on the edge, of the dark side because of things that had happened, and he doesn't have his full memory back just yet. And his former master has been, trying to keep him reined in a way, and he's also telling him that there's things that he hasn't remembered that probably will tilt him to the dark side even more that we talked about earlier. So. Have a lot of that back and forth between a once Padawan and his master.
Yeah, so. And his former master has an object.
There it is
tied to his past, and this is where the lore really shines.
Yes,
because it's already been established that Quinlan, if he touches something, he can have visions from them.
Yeah.
But in this case, I'd say it's a little bit of a plot hole. Because earlier he couldn't read. Well, in the previous comic, he couldn't read from a lightsaber because it has been too long since Aayla had used it. So it had faded. Basically, the imprint had faded. But this one there is way, way older.
Yeah.
I guess it could have a stronger imprint, but still, I'd say that's borderline plot hole, though.
Yeah, maybe, or maybe because it's linked to his family and him. But I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying though. He couldn't pick up, the essence from her saber because it's past, time has passed. But also too previously from there, they also said that he can pick up on objects that are really, really old as well. So there we have it. We have it. Is it or isn't it? Can he or can't he when it comes to time frame on touching items and remembering or reading them, I guess you can say. Yeah.
Well, and in the dialogue after this, I think himself explains to Quinlan because of the closeness to his mother and the fact that it is highly connected to the trauma. I think that amplifies it too.
Then I stand corrected.
Okay.
But he should have been able to read it from the lightsaber too, then, because there was trauma there too.
Yeah. No. And I'm not necessarily correcting. It's. I'm just saying that could be something that could enhance it. They don't quite come out and say it.
Yeah.
It's in the next panels.
Or maybe it's trauma or his family, his blood inheritance trauma.
Yeah, it comes from having experienced your mother's death and
when he
belong
gets
to your mother.
When he gets it, it says "yeah."
Well, that too.
All right, so
it's kind of weird. It says "new" and "yeah."
Yeah.
All right. So here are the main thing that's going on here. What had happened? This right here. If you're a really big fan of Quinlan, this is one of the pivotal moments to understand why he is the way he is. And I forget. I didn't write down his name. What was his name? The Anzadi.
It's his dad, isn't it?
Oh, that's his dad. But which one was it?
Did we get a name?
The Anzadi. Oh, this is the woman that went after him. Okay, never mind. Sorry, I confused persons, but that's okay.
Yeah,
sorry.
That's the Anzadi basically killed his mom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he's seeing he's actually seeing from his mother's eyes when she was killed, and he's feeling the panic and all that too, which is
yeah. But that's his dad though, because look at there he is right here, and then you come down here, and he's the one that's coming out here, and he's the Anzadi, and here she is right here with her hands like, what the hell's going on?
What? The woman is killing a guy, and the guy is killing his mom.
Okay. All right. I got confused on two images here, but yeah. So we have the woman and the man on body right here, and they're killing. And there's a lot more backstory to this, but we're not giving any spoilers. It's gonna be revealed in the next comics, correct?
Yeah, it actually has a very dark twist.
Exactly. So you guys stay tuned for that. So again, if you're a big Quinlan Vos fan or you're getting to learn him, keep up with this on these so that you can find out what happened and what makes him such a pivotal, character, and and what makes him who he is. And mind you, and I'm gonna say this, and so if there's Filoni fans out there, I don't apologize for my thoughts. He sucks. No. He sucks. Quinlan Vos is destroyed in the Clone Wars for his attitude and who he is.
Dave Filoni didn't bother reading a damn thing about him and turn him into a surfer douche.
Yeah. So, so if you go into the Clone Wars and you see that, he's seen him in Clone Wars versus this, they're two different characters. We have this dark, brooding, went through a lot of shit, Quinlan Vos, to this one who's free, kind of like airhead type surfer like dude.
Yeah, Filoni basically just looked at the character and went, "This guy looks like a surfer."
Yeah.
So let's make him sound like that.
Yeah.
That's all the research he did.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So
he, from what I understand from everything y'all have been enlightening me with, he didn't care. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nope.
It just wasn't part of his thing.
They didn't care, and other writers quit because of it, because they fucked up their work.
Yeah. All right, so let's go on. So we have the attack on the family here. The Anzadi are in, and they basically kill the parents. So they suck their soup. There you go, Teresa. They suck their soup. and so Quinlan's like, going through shock, and so he then attacks his master because he's so shaken by these accounts. And it's like he's going through another bit of shock, and that's what his master, was worried about, but he needed to see it again. But was that the right choice of him to do it then and there?
Yeah, and this is the second time Quinlan throws a fit and attacks a master.
Yeah,
he attacked Mace Windu. In the previous part of his story.
Yeah, exactly. When the bat
Windu is right about him because Quinlan is a loose cannon.
Mm-hmm.
He's like right on the edge of falling full blown to the dark side all the time.
Yeah.
And that does not mean he's a great Jedi, people.
Yeah, he's not a great Jedi. He went through a lot of shit. He's still recovering his memory. So even when he attacked Mace Windu, he was still recovering his memory. He has to experience a lot of things over again. And he's Stieg and I've been saying and stuff, is that he is on the edge of the dark side because of all this, because of dealing with basically the drama and trauma that he's gone through.
And it mirrors Anakin because it's always the fear of loss and stuff that causes him to fall, and he's lost his Padawan, he's lost his parents and stuff, so there's a lot of mirroring going on. Mm-hmm. Which we will see in later comics during the Clone Wars. Mm-hmm. That's actually a trait someone is looking for.
Yeah. And so they calm down, and this right here, he now is very vulnerable. So when someone curls up in this fetal position, they're very vulnerable now. Mm-hmm. So so he went and he attacked because of fear, rage, all this stuff, and re-seeing everything and starting to remember. Now he's in a vulnerable state because of, realizing that he forgot what happened to his parents. Now he remembers, he's reliving it. And so this is basically, one of the steps of going through drama again, or trauma. So he's very vulnerable. He's curled up, and, so we have this going on.
And we'll find out later that that trauma, he just realized, has a big extra layer to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's go ahead and go forward here. And so here's his family right here. This is when he was little. His master is now, telling him about stuff that had happened.
He's so cute.
Yes, he is. Look at that. Like a little, he's so tiny. He's so cute.
Looks like Edward Scissorhands.
What?
No, he doesn't.
Looks like baby Edward Scissorhands.
Oh my God. And so we have the aunt here, and we have the dad. Is that the dad, or no? That's another guardian right there, right? Yeah. And so there's I don't want to share any spoilers with this scene here. So we're just starting to relive what had happened in the Vos family. So yeah, and we'll learn more as time goes on with these comics here. And so she gives, this is in the morning, or this is when he was younger, after the loss of his family, she gives him the emblem to look at or to read. And this is when he was younger, and she puts him through that drama again, or that trauma again. Here's his master, and here's him. And this is when he was discovered, because she didn't want Vos to go to the Jedi. She wanted to keep him because of his abilities and of his psychometric abilities enhanced by the Force.
Yeah, so basically he's a kid, and he just lost his parents, and then his aunt forces him to basically watch what happened from his mother's eyes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When she got killed by space vampires, basically. So That's the extra layer of the trauma that will fuck up a kid.
Yeah, exactly. And so they spent, they took him in still into the order. Part of the deal was training him on Kifu. So he got to train on Kifu for a while. Then they finally took him to the Jedi Temple. And so there was a lot of rehab going on as well as training, as you can see. So.
Yeah, and his master has to be a damn good master to deal with that as well as it did.
Well, look at him. He's like embracing him like a father would to protect him.
Yep.
So Jedi weren't just all like, like self-centered or, like one-dimensional, no feelings and stuff. They weren't. It's like how we see them in the, they perceived in the prequel trilogy. No, they weren't. They did have great relationships with each other. And we see that at the end of Revenge of the Sith when, Anakin and Obi-Wan fight. And the trauma that, of Obi-Wan having to destroy his Padawan. So there is they are like a family. There is compassion. They can love.
Yes.
So that goes again, like Steve said, this is great lore building right here, world building as well. So
yeah, this is dark as shit.
Yes,
it is.
Star Wars can get dark at times, but this is the comic is called Darkness, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
But and it sure as heck is fitting for the Halloween period.
Yeah.
Way more so than certain novels.
Yeah. And just the trauma. I mean, gosh, look at this. This panel that you have here. I'm just again just kind of looking at this and oh, the poor little thing is screaming for 3 days. I mean.
Yes, and that's the thing. Yes, and thank you for bringing that up. But he did scream for 3 days from that. His aunt is friggin' a bitch.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm just going to be blunt. I'm going to do a Stig and be blunt, okay?
Full Stig on us.
Yes, I'm going full Stig. That should be a thing. # full Stig with the bluntness. But yeah, and so as we get along with these comics, the story will unravel some more. Again, I don't want to share spoilers on what's really going on, why the Vos, why he lost his family, what's going on with that whole dynamics within the Vos family. So yeah, let's go ahead here. And that's we have Mace Windu. Lovely Mace Windu. And they haven't heard from them just yet, but they're sensing darkness over there. The review and holocrons here. So you have anything to say on this, Stig?
No.
No? Okay. Teresa, no?
No. Well, I'm sorry. I always laugh where they're like, oops, guess we did it bad. All right, recall him immediately. We messed up again.
Yeah.
Oh, and they mentioned that what's her name? Saw.
Yeah.
Is in the sector.
Yeah. She's the sector Jedi there, right? Correct?
Yeah, she's currently in that sector, and they're gonna make use of her, I believe.
Yeah.
And spoiler, she shows up and she's all kinds of awesome.
Yeah, she is. All right, so we have our wonderful here little villain guy here, Vile or whatever, Vil. I keep on mispronouncing. I want to say the two L's like a Y.
It's Billy.
Billy. There you go. All right, because I'm going back and forth between like how you say pollo in Mexican or Spanish and polo in Italy, Italian, so I keep on doing the L's in different aspects, the double L. So he's in would you say like this is like a cantina place, like a hangout place with all the
it says so right above. It says the Cantina Black Hole.
There we go. Okay, Laura, you can read. Yes, you can. Yeah, so he's in his element right here, as you can tell by his smile, so yeah. I'm going to take a look at the chat real quick and see what's going on with you guys in there. Let me go ahead and remove this because I hate that part there. All right. Thank you, guys. Hail, everybody. Glad to have you here, Terminus. How are you doing? And happy dinosaur. Jedi were much like warrior Catholic priestess, in my opinion. And I think you can, like, the way George written them, you can kind of relate them to any type of spirituality or religion, depending on.
I'd say they're a cross between the Knights Templar and Buddhists.
Okay, very interesting. And Teresa, what do you see them? How do you see them in your own perspective?
Okay, let me double check on this. Are you asking me?
Like how, like when you relate to the Jedi, like when you see them spiritually or as a religion or whatever, what do you see like out of your? Because like I said, anybody can relate them back to any type of spirituality or religion. So for yourself, how did you see the Jedi, like religious or spiritual wise?
Oh, okay, I understand your question now. To be honest, I never really got into that part of it, and I think maybe that's a little bit sounds like a bit of a contradiction, because I am a very religious person. I think that it's just I didn't connect with them on that level. I saw their spirituality as more of magic, maybe symbolic of a little bit of it,
Fair
but
enough.
not really too much there, except for perhaps some of the historical parallels to things like the Knights Templar.
Mm-hmm.
But that was more of a historical. Yeah, I tended to always keep that separate, and I don't know why.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking about it. I'm having an existential crisis right now because I'm like, wait a second.
Oh my God, I didn't mean to do that to you.
No, that's okay. I've just never actually really truly thought about it, because I think I tend to keep it separate,
When something like that happens, you need to yell no.
No, it's no. Oh gosh, I'm gonna get in trouble for that one.
Jedi were lovers, not fighters, until they became fighters. Jedis were always fighters. They were defenders.
Something just struck me. That's why they call it the New Jedi Order.
Oh gosh.
God. Full steam ahead. Yep. That's from Let's see here. Did I lose it? Okay. I think I lost my spot. Jedi were much like warrior Catholic priestess, in my opinion. Yes. I think okay. So back on board here. All right. Let's see here. Bluntness is Stig's force power, and he'll certainly give you blunt force trauma. Oh, nice.
Excellent.
That is very excellent.
Yeah, I'm sure he approves of that. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you rate that one as, Stig?
8.
An 8? Oh, I thought it'd be a little bit higher than that.
No.
No? Okay. Oh. No. He's like,
no. Blunt? No. Yeah, we got blunt there.
Yeah, he's like, no. Let me see here. They're not Jedi. They are hippies, laugh out loud.
Oh, gosh.
I've never seen them hippie-ish, in my opinion. So, but I mean, more power to you if you've seen them that way. That's pretty cool for you. Jedi are similar to Shaolin monks, except some have hair. A lot of, yeah. Let's see here. Hello, Bone. How are you doing? Welcome to Coffee Chat. Stig is being blunt about his score. All right. So let's get back to the comic here. Okay. Let me put it on the screen here. It's on my screen, but not your screen, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. All right. There we go. All right. So we have him in the cantina, Vial in the, see, I told you, Vial, Billy, there you go. Billy in the cantina. Now we have Quinlan too, because, basically he gets the hell out of everything, and he wants to, basically not run away, but just escape, I guess you can say. So, and he's wearing the cloak.
Yeah, and he's using a mind trick to put that big fellow to sleep.
Mm-hmm. How by the fingers there. Look at that.
Yep.
Also, his new cloak is not just stinky; it's also stolen.
Exactly.
Billy has stolen it from someone who was at the pub.
Yeah.
Yeah, a Rhodean.
Yeah, he's like, that was my cloak. And he's like, and Quinlan's like, what? You gave me a stolen cloak?
Yes, I love it.
Continue to clean up his friend's mess, you know. And so here we go here. And here we have she's like a dancer or whatever, huh?
Soul Assassin wants you to zoom in.
Okay, Soul Assassin. Let's see here. Make sure I don't. There we go. Oops, shit. See, that's what happens when I zoom in sometimes. Where is it? Where'd it go? Oh, there we go. I don't know why it jumps like that, but it does. Let's see here. There we go. So there she is. We have the dancers there.
She has really hairy arms. You.
Well, but she's kind of a part animal. Look at those ears and stuff.
Yeah, what species is she?
It's like half cat or something.
Yeah,
cat, half elf.
I recognize her species. She's got the the classic elf ear kind of deals. She looks like some kind of feline type species.
Yeah. No, pass.
Pass on. All right. So we have them in the cantina, and then we have another master that comes in. So this is the guy right here.
Well, we don't know that yet because he's working as a cook.
Oh, that's true. So I just kind of spoiled it, but sorry.
Yeah, and they're complaining about his cooking and all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And they have a fight about it, So here we go. So we have another one.
Sorry, pause. Kasparius. In the chat.
Okay.
I'm not from fucking Sweden.
Oh no.
If the world had diarrhea, you'd get Sweden.
Oh Lord.
Oh. Yeah, no, he's not Swedish.
And you can consider that a warning.
What, do you have the power to give people diarrhea?
No.
Okay, I'm just wondering what's the warning. That sounded ominous.
I am not from Sweden. That's the warning.
Ah, well, yes.
So Soul Assassin says, is that person that lady Bothan?
No. The Bothan looks like goats, pretty much.
Yeah, they have that long face, right? But sometimes the females look different. But I don't recall that being a female Bothan, but we'll find that out.
Yeah, and they're a lot more hairy.
Admiral Dalla slept with a Bothan.
Oh, yeah, I know, it's gross.
She did.
She slept like sleeping with a goat.
Wedge slept with a chicken, and Winter slept with a fish.
Yeah. So Cavantino Che says, whoa, Quinlan Vos was in the Phantom Menace looking through the fandom page. Yeah. He was.
And they actually mentioned it in the comics that he had been to a mission on Tatooine before his mind got wiped.
Yeah. So if you guys haven't been following the review of these comics and stuff, we've basically been, going over his character arc.
Yep.
And the things that are tied around it.
Yeah, so, and then they shoot the chef. It turns out he has a lightsaber in his.
Yeah, they don't like his cooking, and so they're like, "Fig you!" And so they go and try to kill the chef, and boom, he busts out a lightsaber.
Yeah. And this guy is awesome.
He is.
Look at him.
All right. So, and then we have all guns on Quinlan and him because Quinlan goes to his side. He goes to his side and helps him out. And so now they have all the blasters pointed at them. And then, of course, Master too as well. So fun times at the cantina, right?
Yeah. It's like mass chaos. I love it. This was a lot of fun to read.
Exactly. Very much Star Wars-ish, very much Star Wars-y, I guess you could say. Very much into the lore, because we see that even in New Hope, something happens, and the guys intimidate or go after Luke, and all that trauma comes, and then Obi-Wan is like, I ain't having this, and he ignites the saber, and basically chops thumbs off, and stuff. So yeah. So we have this going on here, and so they're all, deflecting and protecting and defending themselves against, these. And then so we have. When I was reading this, they do have Huttese out there's talking Poom Jedi Toss, or is that because I know Huttese is it Huttese or which language is it? Like the species, the alien language that.
Yeah, the universal gangster language is Huttese.
Yeah, I was about to say it looks like it. Poom Jedi Toss or something.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was like, oh, that's very brilliant, because now we have them talking, that universal gangster language, I guess you can say. And so this is even in the comics as well. And I was going to go and research it and see exactly what they were saying, because you can research this. If you don't know it exactly, you can research it and get it translated and stuff as well. So I thought that was really, really good. So. And they still have the electrical storms going on, as you see from the outside here. So we have a Gamorrean down here as well. So there's a lot of crap going on because they didn't like this Jedi's cooking. And they're like, Jedi's here, kind of deal. Then look who shows up. Look who we have here. Aayla.
Soul Assassin wants you to zoom in.
Again?
Yeah, I don't know.
You're like, yeah, I don't know. You do know exactly.
Oh, I was about to say, does he want you to? Was it?
No,
she has a pack of Feral and Zodi with her.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. See, well, look at that one on the right. Oh gosh, that's the stuff of nightmares.
Yes, that's why, like if you want really, really dark stuff in Star Wars, and that's kind of haunting, kind of scary, not kind of, but yeah, and it's like, this is it right here. This is it. And again, like I said, she hasn't got her full memory back. She is basically dark side here, really. I would say dark side. She's covered in darkness, and that's what's holding her memory back of understanding the truth. And Wolf is the one that was that she freed. Wolf. And so she is working under him. So Wolf Carco, I think that's how you say it. Carco. So she's the one that's serving under him. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to make you my queen, kind of deal. And so so she is his servant, I guess you can say. And so she has her, her pack of Pharaoh and Zodi with her. And she's on the hunt for Quinlan Vos, and she basically fills him on the planet. And here we go. So this is really crazy looking here. So crazy art there.
Yeah.
All right. So they're still battling the inside or outside of the canteen. I think they went outside now, right?
Yeah.
It looks like.
Yeah, they're outside on the roof, I think.
Yeah. And then someone says, Anzadi, and this is when she makes the scene, as we see here. So we have the Anzadi that followed her in, and they're battling, and the furry servant, dancer, whatever you want to call her, is taken in, wrapped up by the Anzadi, so they're imprisoning people, all of that. So there's a lot going on here, on.
Basically cocooning them.
Yeah. Yeah. From their chest too, which is crazy. Let me go back at that and show you guys again. So look at it. It's coming from his chest. Look at that. That's crazy. And so there it is down here. Let me see. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller because I think I'm cutting off some of the small. So they're cocooned. They're taking them in as prisoners to either be, to be basically eaten, their soup eaten.
Like Papa, they're afraid.
So almost like spiders, how they cocoon, they wrap up and suck their juices out, I guess you could say.
Oh,
this what happened here?
No, thank you. I hate spiders.
Maybe that's why you don't like these either. You're like, oh, I can't stand that. So there you go. So there's the horror part of that. And then so we have them coming and attacking, and then here she is. She is confronting him. She wants him to die because she doesn't realize that that's her master and that he was saving her. In her mind, he killed her uncle, so she's got to get revenge. So she's clouded by darkness, which is, like I said, is preventing her from remembering and recovering her memory. Basically, that darkness is making it impossible for her. So here we go. So they're fighting here. So you guys want to say, like, Stig, do you want to say anything about the significant part between their battle here and what's going on?
That's basically she is full on dark side, and she thinks he's to blame for her uncle's death because her memory is gone. And if you look at the top left picture, that's where they got to look for Rey, dark side Rey, Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, interesting.
Because she has the pointed, like, teeth, jagged teeth and stuff.
Yeah, which I always thought was silly, because when they turn back, I mean, you see it in the last two pictures. She has pointed teeth, and then she kind of snaps out of it a little, and the teeth are normal. So how does that even work, right?
Yeah. I think it was just drawn out to make her look more intimidating.
I don't know, but
or spooky or scary or gruesome, I guess you can say.
Huh.
But when you start looking at the new lore and comparing it to the original lore, compare and contrast, you'll notice that there's a lot, like in like different areas, there's a lot taken out to build there. So whatever source material they said they didn't have, they use that, imaginary or no source material to help them write their story. And so that's how I see that, because you can even, like with the Rise of Skywalker, if you're familiar with Legacy comics, there are some elements taken out of that as well. So all right, so let's move ahead here. Oh wait, no, I'm gonna go back real quick. So they're fighting and stuff, and you could tell that her memory's trying to come back up, but she's not getting what's going on other than being frustrated and wanting to kill him and stuff. And so we have this tug and pull with a Padawan and her master, and then also her current master, that has control over her. And so she doesn't want to let her current master down. And basically she has, because they got away. So they're getting away. So we have that going on, which is very, very compelling as well. So, oh crap. Whoops. Okay, good. It didn't flip too far. All right. So he's getting away. She's still chasing him. And she's basically telling him again, I need to kill you because I need to get revenge. So basically that's the whole plot of that. She wants revenge. She's not understanding what's going on. And then we have Quinlan with his master here as well. He got away. Yeah. Let's see here. We do have Billy back again as well, and he wants to get off the planet. He wants to go ahead and ditch everybody. That's his normal character arc. He wants to get out when the getting is good.
Yeah.
And that's what makes him compelling as well, and such a crazy character, I guess you can say, is that he only thinks about himself. He doesn't want the other Jedi with him, but he wants his Vos. He wants Vos with him because Vos is his good luck charm. So, and they're escaping. The prisoners are the bad guys here, and they're shooting at them. So there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on. And they're all on their.
And Billy is actually an excellent shot. He's gotten a gun now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's go ahead and scroll ahead. So we have these two masters here now, and they're all on their own. Quinlan, I thought this was crazy. These are manta rays in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
they're
I was
kind of fun, aren't they?
I was like, whoa, that's a very different and creative, I guess you can say. I mean, what do you think, Stig?
They're sun manta rays.
The sun manta rays. And
Yeah.
so
Sun rays, right?
Yeah, sun rays. There we go. Sun rays. And there is rays coming down. Look at that. Look at that. And so, she is on there and she's still on her mission. I think, is she going back to her master now? I know she has her little army with her as well. And
and we saw someone watching.
Where's that at?
Someone
right here in the corner, huh?
Yep.
There we go. And so we're leaving it up to another little, I wouldn't say this person's cloaked, but
no, not cloaked, just
just watching. And this almost looks like, this little tree here almost looks like the person here. So so they're still being chased. Quinlan and Billy are still being chased, and he does get captured. Look at that. He does get captured.
Oh gosh.
It reminds me of how in the Alien movies, the aliens hang people up for to be impregnated by the
fun times.
For
and
the,
what's crazy here
for the Chestbusters, right?
Yeah. Interesting. And what's crazy here is that he's not wrapped up in a cocoon. He is basically restrained. So he's tied up, his arms and legs and stuff, and his full body is still exposed. And down here, this Feral and Zadi is like, I really want to eat you. I'm hungry. Basically, I want your soup. You can't. Poor Teresa, I'm like torturing you with that.
It's like, crave the soup. And I'm like, no, go away.
Let me see if
Superman.
It's Superman. Let me see here. So there we go. There it is. So he's like, I want your soup. I crave the soup, basically. But he can't do anything. He can't, because that's not for him. He's not for him. And that's what basically is getting him, is that he craves it, but he can't have him. So that's kind of freaky. That's kind of crazy. And then we have the full on chest, cocooning, tentacles. I don't know what to call them. What would you guys call that?
Yeah, tentacles.
Yeah.
And then he says "new" again.
New.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so he's like really craving. He really wants him. He's wrapping him up and stuff. And he calls his and the person that's spying, or whoever is spying, here is the yellow lightsaber. So let's get to that. And lo and behold, ta-da! Look who we have.
Yeah.
Teresa. Is it
An excellent Jedi who is a plant. Actually, she's a plant creature. So we should be rooting for her.
Yeah, so she comes and saves the day. She's another one, because she is the sector Jedi for that sector. And so, she basically felt what was going on. She felt like this darkness and everything that's going on, and came to investigate. But then also too, wasn't she told by the council as well?
Yeah, she was told not to leave him alone. And she's really branching out.
She is. So here we are, and then her and Thom, like right here. Look at that. Look at their faces. I'm like, was there something going on there before?
I was gonna say, I'll tell you, no one in the Jedi were, let's just say, alone. The more we learn, I mean, they were all screwing each other.
Yeah, I think it's obvious what's going on. The plant lady saw the wood in him.
She's attracted to the wood, huh?
Yeah, she needs seeds, and
Oh my gosh!
Oh goodness gracious!
He just decided, yeah, sure, I'll take a stab at it.
Oh,
she wants to branch out all over him, huh?
Yep.
Well, we've had chickens, goats, llamas, fish. Why not a plant?
Yeah. She's like, I'll show you my trunk if you show me what's in yours.
Oh my god. But see, look at this. Okay, I know Teresa caught this too. Is like, we see Dom, his expressions always worried, concerned, and then we get to this, and his facial expressions is like with pleasure, delight.
Yeah.
They are totally in the sack.
He realizes every tree needs nuts.
No.
He wants to water that plant.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Oh, here we go.
The chat is going crazy too. Oh my gosh.
Never a dull moment with Stieg, right, Teresa?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, look at her. But yeah, they're soap opera.
There we go.
That's actually called a dendrophiliac.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a thing. People who they only want to shag near trees.
What?
Yeah, it's a thing.
Did you Google that?
No, I knew it. I've known it for a while.
How do you know it?
I was gonna say.
Oh, I like gardening.
Okay.
I like gardening.
I'm not gonna touch that one, okay?
Never mind. I'm looking at the definition of it, and oh my gosh.
I'm not looking at it right now because my screen is full on with the comic here. So enjoy.
It's actually a thing. I bet you those people like this comic.
I don't know. Who knows? Well, you like this comic, so.
Well, yeah.
All right, let's move on here. So, and then we have Billy stuck inside the wrappings of the tentacle, whatever that wraps them up and stuff. So let's move on.
They wrapped up the willy.
Yeah. Oh. The willy. All right. So we get to know. So they're talking. She's sharing the history. They're sharing the history with what's going on. And here we go. So we have Wolf Caraco, or however you say his name. He used to be a Jedi. So we're getting into the part where I wanted to say earlier who he was. So now we're discovering this is the guy that Aayla freed. He was a very strong Anzadi Jedi. A lot of Jedi feared him coming into the order because of what the species does, because of how they eat and stuff like that. And he at first was held strong against, the taste of the soup because he never tasted it. But then he got arrogant to where he was like, well, I'm a Jedi. If I just do this once, it's not going to harm me. I can have control.
Mm-hmm. Classic addiction kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. And he finally tastes the soup, and that overcomes him. Mm-hmm. He wasn't able to control it.
Like heroin.
Exactly. And so he slowly started feeding. So Terasaw's telling the story of him. They're discussing who that person is that's controlling Aayla. And so basically the Jedi had to, succumb him, and they imprisoned him. And, they put, they sealed up his saber and everything. They imprisoned him. And I think from what I seen that he's been in prison for a century or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, they didn't want to kill him, and they put him in a stasis field. My gosh, will they ever learn if you catch a villain, just kill him? Come on. I'll put him in stasis. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, like no one can really go in there and free him, not like, the governing sector of where we're, putting him in stasis at, like then, over time we'll free him or anything like that, or someone may go in there and free him. No, we're going to trust all the generations to keep him in stasis.
Precisely.
You know, so he's been put in stasis and he's been in there for the longest time. And then of course Aayla comes in, he summons her, she's on the dark side, she overcomes, she frees him, now he's her master. So that's the story. So we had an Enzadi, very strong Jedi who succumbed to you know, the taste and temptations of sucking the soup or the force essence and brains out of people. And with them, like for him, when he did that, especially when he sucked the soup out of Jedi, he became stronger in the force because it also takes their force essence too. So I thought that was very interesting. So very different than the modern our lore of vampires. This is basically their version of a vampire, I guess you can say. So I thought that was very interesting. I thought that was well done. And I'm going to go ahead and talk about a little bit of this. So on the 29th, it's a Thursday at 5 p.m., we are reviewing Death Troopers novel. And I know Stig has a lot to say about that. A lot to say about that. But one thing he pointed out is that, you know, Han Solo called them zombies. Okay. And so he, you know, he really thought that was like off-putting, I guess you can say, it kind of out of lore. They could have been more creative with describing these type of things. And this is an example of a good way of being creative and changing, like, you know, a direction with a vampire type, you know, essence. And, you know, when we get Enzadi, who are basically like vampires, but instead of sucking blood, you know, it fits the lore of them sucking, you know, the brains and the force essence from people.
Yep.
So there was not that much creativity in Death Troopers when it came to the direction of having some kind of zombie type species. So, but we'll talk about that more there. So you guys come join us on the 29th. Teresa, if you want to join us, if you read that one, you know, come join us. I can send you a link if you want to. It's on the 29th at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So the day just right before Halloween. So it'll be fun.
Okay, well, we'll see. I personally haven't read it.
Okay.
I've read, we'll see. But thank you. I definitely appreciate it.
All right. So just keep me posted and let me know. Okay.
Will do. Thank you.
All right. So here we go. So we have them all sitting around yapping away, and then we have the Jedi cook. And so what he, you know, Billy was like, this tastes terrible. And Film says this is really great balanced type meal. And Vos tells, you know, the master, I don't taste anything. And so how this guy cooks is he balances foods out, and then he also looks at the character's reaction to his food on determining, you know, like who they are, like where they are or whatever. I don't know how to explain it anymore. Maybe you can pick up on that a little bit more, Teresa.
Yes. Well, and I thought it was interesting because you have Billy, who of course automatically just spits it out because he's just not has anything to do with it. But in the case of Quinlan, he says it has no taste for me, no taste at all. And that tells us a little bit about where he is right now. And again, he's looking very broody as he says so.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead here. So, because I don't want to stay too much on all these pages here. So let's see here. How far should I go here? So we have Mace and them. They figured we haven't heard from them, so we're going to go ahead and go to Kifex. And so they're you know, heading off to Kifex to see what's going on, because I think like Quinlan is dead because they haven't heard from him. But in reality, they couldn't really send any messages out, because not only because of the storms that's going on over there, but because his aunt was intercepting and blocking all transmissions going out. Yeah. And then here we go. So we're getting to the good.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. You talk on this one, because we had a discussion on this earlier before the show starts. So you go ahead and talk on this one.
Well, first of all, I'm thinking I'm traumatized for life. He's like, no, little one, I'm saving you and I will make you my queen. And she's swooning. And she goes, Master. And I'm like, oh my gosh, call the cops. But also there was a bit of a discussion about how the Dracula theme.
Teresa?
Yes, sir.
Someone already called the cops. That's why he was in jail.
Okay. Well, but you were also you also expanded upon that theme too about the Dracula and Mina, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. All right, so Stig, go ahead and Stig, go ahead and share a little bit of it because it was a very interesting conversation.
Yeah, it's basically a little bit inspired by Dracula. I mean, the villain is, in a sense, Dracula, right? And Aayla Secura functions as was it Jonathan Harker? Jonathan Harker's wife.
Yeah,
Mina.
Yeah, and Quinlan is basically Jonathan Harker, and the other two Jedi function as Van Helsing.
I think that's a fascinating thing, and you even see that though, like with the imagery. They could almost have him like biting her neck right after that scene.
Yeah, and in Dracula, you also see Dracula's wives using the creatures of the night, which we saw earlier in the attack.
Yeah, the wolves and stuff.
Yep.
Yep. Wow. Yeah. So this, like Stig has said and pointed out, and we have too. This is a great comic to read during this time of year. It's so much like ghouls and Halloweenish type themes and stuff. So here we go. So we have the master and his queen now. Like, I want you to be the queen, my queen. So
what he really meant is he wants her to be his ghoul friend. And he's gonna show her his Halloweeny.
Goodness gracious. All right, so let's move on here. And so we have Billy. He's trying to fix the communication, the comm and stuff to redirect so he can get he could send for help, or he can get transmission out there to the rest of the galaxy, I guess you could say. And I did not spit that out very well, but he wants to leave. He wants, again, that's his character. He's like, I'm out of here. Shit's going down. I want to leave, kind of deal. And Quinlan's, hovering over him as well. And they engage in discussion here, and he does a mind trick on him, right? Quinlan in this scenario here, or
I think did he?
I don't know.
He does right here. He does a mind trick because Billy wants to leave, and he doesn't want him to leave or anything. So he pulls a mind trick on him, which kind of keeps him in the sector, on the planet and stuff. So he influences Billy a little bit because Billy's not that he's not that strong-minded as you know. So he pulls a mind trick on him. Yeah. He's like, bad idea. Other Jedi may commandeer Inferno, and you get stuck. Better for you if you say nothing. So they're discussing.
Yeah.
Even the party.
I don't think he does a mind trick. I think he just convinces him.
I don't know, because his fingers. Look at his fingers down here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
And he goes, on second thinking, is a bad idea. Other Jedi may take Inferno, and Billy gets stuck. Better really say nothing. So it's their discussion and stuff about him leaving and everything. And so so he mind tricks him to not do anything, basically.
Okay, so, yeah, that's very subtle, because I missed it too until you said about the hand, and then that convinced me. You'd think usually they maybe are a little more obvious in the visual imagery, like where you might see the hand up a little higher. And, So I missed it, but there, I gotcha.
Yeah, and so Aayla or Quinlan wants to take off still. He wants to go get his Padawan, And Thom is trying to, say, no, you can't go, not by yourself, blah, blah, blah. So they're still having that back and forth because that's all Vos cares about right now is getting his Padawan back to safety to help her out. And here we have Avili over here really, hugging up on the tree here, the tree lady. So a lot of little things going on here.
He wants her to free Willie.
Oh no.
So that's the gist here is that they're trying to figure out what they need to do, and Quinlan wants to go free his Padawan here. And then so we have them on Coruscant and they're discussing what's going on. They haven't heard from them, and so they're going to send out a team.
No, they're in hyperspace.
Are they in hyperspace now? Oh shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And as you can see, hyperspace jumping is not instantaneous. It takes a while.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's not like done, like you said. It's there's rules behind how hyperspace is handled in the lore.
It used to be anyway.
Yeah, there used to be. And so we have Plo Koon, we have Adi and Mace that are on their way, and they are talking with Quinlan's aunt. And she's like, I don't want to let you guys through. So they're still having a hard time dealing with her. And
she's being antagonistic.
That's crazy. So here they go. They're going towards that. I guess you could say that temple where Wolf was held, and where his little stronghold is. So they're going towards that.
It's basically Castle Dracula.
There we go. And so they meet with, of course, the Pharaoh and Zadi. And of course, he doesn't flee. He's basically, again, stays behind and stuff. And he ends up being a part of what's going on as well. So even though he doesn't like it. Let me see here. Let me go up here.
No, he is trying to flee.
Yeah,
he's trying to flee, but whatever it is that's almost hitting him, he realizes he needs Quinlan because Quinlan is his luck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So they're inside, and you see all the cocoon people up there, and and people calling out like it's crazy. It's like, I don't know. It's just kind of, it's spooky. It's eerie to see all these cocoon people here.
It's very much like Aliens, the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. All right. So let's move ahead. Let's jump ahead here to some of the main points here. So we have Aayla and Wolf here, and she confronts Vos. She wants to kill him, and he wants Vos. He wants Vos for his soup. Wolf wants Vos. 5 times.
Look at that picture there, bottom right corner. Tell me that's not Ray.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a complete copy.
Let me see.
Yeah. You want me to?
Oh yeah, they're shameless, aren't they?
Yes. So they're dueling, and he's telling her, you don't remember, I need you to remember. And she's like, it's all lies. And so he's in that push and pull of like how we see Anakin or Luke with Vader / Anakin in Return of the Jedi. This mirrors that a little bit, because you have that push and pull. He's trying to bring her back. And she's like, these are all lies, when you're trying to kill my uncle. And so she still succumbed to, she's still, wrapped up in the dark side, I guess you can say. So they have their back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And we have, of course, Wolf over here, who basically is like, if you kill her, that's fine, because, either way, I'm going to win. Basically is what he's saying. I still have you if you kill her. If she kills you, I still have her. Either way, I win.
Mm-hmm.
So
he's kind of pulling an emperor there.
Exactly. And that whole scene there that we were just on, it mirrors that in a sense. I mean, it's a different scenario, way different scenario, but there is a lot of hints to that redemption arc that we've seen in the movies. So, yeah. And then he gives up, just like Luke. He's like, no. And he starts talking with her and finally starts convincing her. And she's really finally realizing, that of who he is, that's her master and what's going on. And so she starts to coming back to the light, and because she's becoming back to the light, her memories start coming back. And I didn't touch on this earlier, and I know none of us did, but when they were talking about her, they're saying that her memory is deep down in her laku, so her brain tells. And so her memory, her memory stuck in her, not stuck, but deep down in her brain tells. And what's holding it from, coming back was the dark side. And so that I thought that was very interesting that, like the dark side will hinder your ability to recover from things as well. And, because the dark side is corrupted, basically. It is corrupting her, and it's corrupting her so much that she can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was his whole point, is overcoming, like tearing away that dark side so that her memory can come flooding back. And that's what he did. He now, became, he's like, go ahead and kill me then, basically. So he turns off his lightsaber, and he starts talking to her in that manner, you can kill me or whatever, but the truth is who you are. And, so he does a Luke Skywalker here in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and this is, the dark side keeping memory for being healed and all that is proof that Joe Biden is a Sith Lord.
What?
He doesn't remember shit.
Well, talk about wow, that just definitely escalated quickly.
Yes, I did.
I was about to say, just see the line where he's like, deep down, you know, with bold writing, this is true. And then I love that panel on the bottom left there. You see her eyes, and they chose to break it up so that we would still see her face, but it would emphasize that. I think that's very clever.
Exactly. Yeah, the art. I love the art in this as well. And then finally, so her master, our Wolf, hits her with Force lightning. And then so we have that. Is this a Vornsker, or what kind of creature is this?
No, he's just messing with him and giving him like visions.
Okay, that's what I thought too as well. All right.
Yeah.
So now is fighting Wolf as well. Because he basically brought Aayla back from the dark side, back from her darkness that was holding back her memory. And so he's creating these like illusions for her, or for, towards Vos and stuff. So they're having that back and forth. Vos then uses Force lightning. Look at that.
Yeah, that struck me too. He dipped into that dark side.
He did.
Oh yeah, he did that in an earlier comic too. When he had a memory loss, he used it to torture people.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But the fact that he's gone back to it at this moment shows, I guess, how vulnerable he still really was.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you see that's Dark Jedi's hand. This is something that irritates me in a lot of fantasy stories and stuff. If someone's evil, they always have long nails. So why? It's just stupid. Know.
I think they're trying to maybe make them look like they're creatures, like animals. Like claws.
But it's just not everyone needs to have that.
Yeah.
It's become a cliche.
All right.
And it turns out Wolf is way better at Force lightning than Quinlan is.
Oh yeah, of course.
Quinlan is just using it as an instinct, while the other guy is trained at it.
Yeah. You're like, this is just like a little tiny slap on the face. Let me show you what lightning is truly about.
You are a novice. I am the master.
Exactly. And then so we have that going on, and we have of course Villy's still trying to get away. The Jedis on the outside realize that Vos is in trouble, in peril, so they go to him. And we have Wolf that wants to eat his soup.
It almost sounds dirty.
And the 3 Jedi starts meditating and sending him good wishes.
Happy
basically.
Yeah.
Pep talk. Force pep talk.
Yeah, so they use their essence, their meditation and their essence of the Force to help him, because they're not there with him, and and so it works. It starts working. He's starting to come out of that, I guess you can say, and Wolf tells him, I have you now, you can't escape me, blah blah blah, and they meditate, and then finally he realizes that I can overcome. And so he does, in short. And so he does he does a roundhouse kick on him, and of course he gets thrown and stuff, as we see here. And sabers are starting.
He leaps over him.
Is it a leap? I thought it was
the other guy's slashing at him.
Okay.
So he does a Obi-Wan versus Maul.
All right. I thought maybe he got 1 and 2, so that's what I thought. But I guess I stand corrected. All right. And so, he
know what? Obi-Wan had the high ground, but Anakin had the fry ground.
The fry ground? Oh my God. All right. So he calls the saber to him and he ignites it. So we have lightsabers ignited. And this is pretty crazy right here. For me, they're dueling right here. He gets, we don't see exactly where they strike until the end.
Yeah, which is classic samurai style.
Yes.
This is a samurai duel, because usually when samurai duels happen for real, it was 1 or 2 strokes.
Yeah.
They rushed at each other, and then whoever hit the best won.
Exactly. And Vos
in seconds.
Yeah. So Vos did a Obi-Wan to Maul kind of situation and chopped him in half.
Yeah,
except for that they had a pause in between there, but the guy is dead.
And
dead properly. None of this stasis crap.
And none of this crawling away and then having electronical legs and stuff made and surviving.
Oh gosh. I never bought that.
I've never been a big fan of that myself, but that's me.
And look at them, they're hugging. They're,
I know, this is where you pull up the heartstrings right here. She's like, Master Quinn, I remember now. I remember it all. So together they overcome the darkness, and this is what makes it so friggin' compelling right here. They still have a lot of, I guess you can say, healing to do from what we both went through, and so, and then they start getting attacked again. They flee onto the ship. Villy is on the ship. And then they get away. Oh, and they make it into the atmosphere, into space from there. So, and yeah.
And there's a window.
Yeah, there's. Yeah. And so we have the ant here. So we're coming up on our 2 hours here. So we're going to try to get through this. We kind of, talk back and forth and stuff like this. But now we have them engaging with the ant here as well. And he realizes, you know what? You got rid of all the guardians and you use me. You've been using me from the start. So now we're in, now he's starting to, suspect his own ant on things.
Yeah. And she's been pulling the strings, sacrificing other guardians. So we can get him as a guardian, basically, because he's more powerful.
Exactly. And so this is foretelling the future stories that we'll be reviewing in the comics as well. So you guys stay tuned. I'm excited. Yay! Yes. All right. And so we have Mace and the Jedi. They're talking. They're basically, they don't want Vos to be her master anymore. So Thom takes her. as his Padawan, as her, as the Padawan. And, so there's that conclusion there as well.
Yeah, and Quinlan decides to basically leave the order for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes with Billy.
Yeah.
Which probably isn't a good idea, but it's going to be entertaining for the readers.
Exactly. That's one thing. He kind of goes on a hiatus and leaves with them and stuff. So we have that. And then here we have this right here, which is so sad. I mean, wherever you go, Quinlan Vos, if ever you feel the darkness seeking to overwhelm you, seek me out.
Yeah.
And you have like a Star Wars movie finale shot as well, with all the Jedis gathered and stuff. But
they're all watching the ship fly away.
Yeah, and spoiler: this story is not done.
No, it's not.
Quinlan Vos will have a lot of more twists and turns, and so does Aayla. And in the next comic, chronologically, Attack of the Clones has happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That happens right after this one, so I'm assuming we're going to start with the Clone Wars ones, right?
Yeah.
Which I think the first ones will feature Anakin and Kenobi.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
So in chronological order, that's the next one right there. The one that we're gonna. Okay. Because we are going in order, so eventually, even if we kind of steer away from Vos's story, we're still gonna go through it, and you're still gonna find out what happens with him and his aunt, and him, further in his story, and what he overcomes more, further overcome.
And you'll get to see a way different Dooku than you saw on the Clone Wars show. Because Dooku in the comics is a beast, and so is Ventress.
Yeah.
They're real threats.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Ventress is awesome.
Yeah. EU Ventress would have killed Ahsoka in less than 10 seconds.
Yes, exactly. All right, Matt G for the 149 super sticker. It was a little piece of pie. So thank you so much for that little lovely dessert.
Hi.
Pumpkin pie.
That's right.
That's the time of year for pumpkin pie and all that, and pumpkin lattes.
And pumpkin coffee. It was spicy.
This is an excellent pun from Terminus Est.
Huh. Oh my God. I randomly am like going down, and so yes.
Oh my gosh.
Babies, they ejaculate inside you.
How do vampires have babies?
Oh my God. All right. That just popped in my head suddenly. Well,
poor choice of words.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
Suck on that for a while.
Oh.
Okay. Lots of cooking and soup talk in these pages. Mm-hmm. Isn't that crazy? Like the Anzadi crave that soup that they call soup, and then we have a Jedi that was basically undercover as a cook. That causes a huge cantina brawl.
It all comes full circle, the theme.
Right. Everything's tied together somehow, right? Mm-hmm. All right. Darth Biden, the forgetful. So Quinlan Vos got enlightened. Yes, he did, for the time being, through that meditation. Roundhouse kick to a flip. Got to see some professionals work out the choreography. If it was George Lucas, man, just imagine if this is turned into a like Star Wars thriller kind of show, and showcase Vos and Aayla and stuff, like a spin-off thing, and just seeing the choreography that George made sure that he hired professionals to help with choreography, with dueling, with stunts and stuff. Just imagine how fun that would be to watch.
Also, when George Lucas had that famous meeting with Kennedy, that's on tape. You can see it on YouTube. He he said that he wasn't just giving them the movies; he was giving them a treasure trove of stories to make into movies.
Yeah,
He was talking about this stuff. If it
exactly.
wasn't for actually, if it wasn't for Pablo Hidalgo, who pushed for the EU to get scrapped, and Kennedy listened, we might have had this storyline in an animated TV show or a live action TV show or a movie.
Hmm.
This is what we lost.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is what we could have had on the big screen.
Yeah.
Instead, we get Rey.
And that's why we're here today to, keep this treasure trove of, beautiful, amazing storytelling through classical stories of George Lucas's era, for you guys to, have this. This is keeping it alive. And that's the whole point of my channel, is help keeping this alive, help keeping your interest, and keeping it out there for the public to see how great these stories are. Not are, because they're still here with us. They're with us still. EU Quinlan more entertaining than Surfer Dude Quinlan.
Yeah, because EU Quinlan is actually a character, not a caricature.
Yeah. And even Obi-Wan, and I'm kind of jumping ahead a little bit, just a little foresight here. Even Obi-Wan becomes really close with Quinlan in the EU, but when we see him in the Clone Wars, he treats him like ooh, who are you? Like he it's like perceived like there wasn't a relationship or whatsoever, and that Quinlan just annoys him, and that was not the case. So
nope.
So Jason Momoa as Quinlan, if they ever did the era. Oh, yeah, I could see that.
Wouldn't be a bad choice.
No, it wouldn't be whatsoever.
Maybe it's too tall though. I don't know.
I have no idea. That's something to contemplate. You guys let me know. Who else do you think would be a good Quinlan? All right. Soul Assassin Pablo the Hutt. Yes. All right. Stig, is Pablo still losing weight?
I doubt it.
Weight is
which is ironic. He's gaining weight, but his words are losing weight.
Oh, ouch. All right. Pavatino Che. Weight is Fat Stephen Quinlan Vos under siege with lightsaber? Don't know. I can't see. Okay. Pablo just spews out a lot of problems. Problems. There we go. All right. So we're concluding this now, and I'm so happy to have Teresa here on as a guest on the channel here. Thank you so much for popping in. It's always a pleasure to have you and have your insight and and explaining the lore through your eyes. I just love hearing people's aspects of how they see the lore and stuff, and and so thank you again for being available.
Well, thank you. Well, I'm really glad I was. I really enjoy it, and thank you.
You so did much splendidly.
Well, thank you.
Yes, you did. You did.
See, right. I'm nice sometimes.
There's a heart in there somewhere.
Oh my goodness. All right. So we're going to go ahead and conclude this here. So Stig, tell us where we can find you.
You can't.
Okay.
I can avoid being seen if I wish, but to disappear entirely, that's a rare gift.
Wow.
But on Saturday, I will make an appearance on Christy's channel for the top 10 thing. We're doing 1999.
Okay.
And then I'm actually making a comeback or a guest thing on Shenanigans.
Yeah.
First time in 8 months. And I demanded that it was a retro one. So it's going to be a Shenanigans episode like last year. And I have, like last year, written the whole thing. So there's going to be improvs and games, and it's not going to be PC at all.
Nice. That should be watch.
Yeah, it's for adults.
Yeah,
right.
Kids at home.
And
somewhere else in the house, or put your earbuds in or your headphones on.
Yeah, and on Monday, might be on Sporking's channel talking about the second short story tie-in to Game of Thrones.
Nice.
This is the second Duncan Egg short story. So number 2 out of 3. So that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
And I think Teresa might be there too. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. I hope so. Well, though I believe we might be on a slight hiatus on for this coming Monday.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think we'll let Sporking make the announcement. But yeah, usually Mondays that's where you can find us. Either talking right now talking
about sorry, Sporking canceled it this Monday.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, he's
busy.
He's busy in a good way.
Yeah,
so
he's cooking meth.
Yes, and we're all very happy for him.
Yeah,
yeah.
He's religious. He's a Methodist.
Oh my God.
Good one. But usually we're on Monday nights for that. It's loads of fun.
Yeah, and other than that, I have a tiny channel that, to be honest, I don't give a shit about that channel, but I have stuff on it because of peer pressure. And every 50 subs, I make like one of those stupid top 5 lists that Christy and Tom really likes. So if you see one of them having like 107 views, 105 of those are from Christy.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, for continuing to be my co-pilot here on Coffee Chat. I appreciate you so much. And yes, stay tuned. We're still moving on in chronological order on reviewing these comics. And I've been having a blast, enjoying the art, enjoying the stories through the comics, because I was never a huge comic reader. So I'm enjoying this every step of the way. And I hope you guys are too in the chat. So Miss Martin Muses, Miss Teresa, go ahead and let us know where we can find you.
You can find me on Twitter at Teresa_Martin, or on Miss Martin Muses on YouTube, where I muse on what I feel like musing upon. So yeah, come and stop by and maybe leave me a comment, leave a subscription, and good times as always.
Nice. And thank you again for being available. I enjoy having you on the channel as well. And so I appreciate both of you guys. And I am O.G.Starwars, your Legends girl, trying to make it in this discounted world. And this coming week is going to be very, very busy for me, but that's okay. Monday, I have Toxic Femininity on Tom, our Midnight's Edge channel. And that starts, I think, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, my time. And then Thursday, Coffee Chat, 9 a.m. And then literature review on Death Trooper novel at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Stig will be there. I'm still rounding out or looking for a couple more people to be on with us as well, as we discuss that novel, the good, the bad, and the ugly about it. And again, you who follow me on Twitter voted for this novel, and since we're coming up on Oh Hallows Eve, basically Halloween, this was a choice everybody wanted to have as a review. And so we're doing that Thursday night at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So join us. Then Friday, the 30th at 6 p.m., I'm having a Star Wars fan fiction film watch party. And we're going to go ahead and watch the fan film Legacy of the Force. And basically it's the Invincible. So it's the story behind the last book in the series, Invincible. And so come join me, bring your popcorn, bring your favorite drink or whatever, and we'll watch, pause, discuss on what's going on in that part of the lore of that. And it's a great, if you haven't watched it, the fan film basically did a phenomenal job portraying Jaina and Jason together. So, and that's all I have to say on that as well. So thank you again for everybody coming and tuning in to your favorite morning show, Coffee Chat, discussing the lore behind the comics. And again, I've been enjoying this every step of the way. And I appreciate every single one of you guys in chat and on the panel. And you guys have a good day. May the Force be with you.